Thank you, Mr. President. I am so excited to be here to recognize our dear friend, Ken Reichard, who has been in front of this body, who has been working alongside this body, who has been out and about all around Montgomery County and throughout our state as really a testament to what public service can and should be. A gentleman, a soft-spoken person with deeply held beliefs and values who has really understood the meaning of service and how to use government as a tool to improve people's lives, and has dedicated and committed himself to serving the residents of Montgomery County, the residents of our state, and who has worked alongside our friend Ben, Senator Cardin, for many years, who came up through the labor movement and was a great leader within the labor movement, and who has been really at the forefront of so many of the public policy discussions. And just as importantly, if not more importantly, so many of the everyday challenges that our residents are facing. So often, the role of a legislator isn't necessarily to write laws first, it's to solve problems. And it has been Ken Reichard, on behalf of Senator Cardin, who really is at the forefront of solving those problems for residents on a day-to-day basis. So really honored to be here to be able to recognize his illustrious career, multiple decades of service to our community. Really thrilled that he has family here with him today, and a number of important colleagues who are really proud and excited to be here with him as well, who are part of that legacy of service and of serving the county residents that we all care so deeply about. So with that, let me turn it over to Council President Glass, and then we'll turn it over to Ken Reichard.
So Vice President Friedson said, our friend Ben, but I like to think our friend Ken, right? We need a lawn sign with that thing. But when I first met Ken a number of years ago, he was clearly in the service of Senator Cardin. But as a lifelong Montgomery County resident, he knows this place inside and out. And those are the skills that Senator Cardin needed, that we all needed, because as Ken has shared with me on a number of occasions, Montgomery County is an interesting place. And it takes a know-how, and it takes some ingenuity to help maneuver. We are the most diverse place in Maryland, and it takes creativity, dedication, and genuine public service to fit all the pieces together to serve all of our residents. And that is on display at the council here today. Maybe if you come back later at 8 o'clock, we still might be here. But you are now retired, so you are not obligated to be here. But from your work at UFCW, your work with Senator Cardin, and your lifelong commitment to Montgomery County, we are all better for you, because of you, and grateful to you. So thank you very much, Ken.
It's really a pleasure to be here today, and I want to thank everybody, the council, and all my colleagues that I've worked with for several decades here. I'm not going to get the names, but it's very important that you recognize the people that you work with and the people that help make you be successful. And the county has some excellent staff people that I had the opportunity to work with. The council has some excellent staff people, and because of people, it's like a team together, and because of that team is so good, you're able to do some good things for the county and good things for the citizens of Maryland. I worked for Paris Glendenning for the 8 years that he was in office, so I've had the opportunity of working for the labor movement, working for the city of the Maryland state government, and also the federal government, and each one of them is a little different, and each one of them has its own gratification, and I've had a lot of gratification over the years. But working with the council, because I live here in Rockville, it really meant more things to me because it was very close to my heart. And I really do appreciate the council and what they do for the citizens of Montgomery County, and of course the staff who makes everybody look good. Thank you, and thanks for coming.
What I appreciate most about Ken is not him asking about a policy position that the council is taking up, a particular issue. Ken is one of the only people who every time I see him, he says, "How's your family? How's mom doing?" How are mom and dad? How's everybody doing on a personal level? And that's the type of human being that he is, and what makes me care so deeply about him, because I know he cares so deeply about each and every one of us who he has worked with over so many years. So we're here today not just to celebrate the positions he has held, but really the person that he is, the humility and the passion that he has for the work that he has done over so many decades. So now Council President Glass and I are going to read a proclamation in his honor. The County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland. Proclamation. Whereas, for nearly 2 decades, Ken Reichard has served our nation, state, and country and county with great honor and distinction. His humble heart, keen wit, leadership, loyalty, and dedication to helping others produced an impeccable track record of public service, which has improved the lives of countless residents and their families. And
whereas a lifelong resident of Montgomery County, born in Olney, who attended Richard Montgomery High School, Ken worked part-time at the Safeway grocery store on Bradley Boulevard and joined the United Food and Commercial Workers International Union. And
whereas upon his graduation from high school, Ken began a career of public service and served as a longtime labor leader dedicated to working families. At just 23 years of age, he was elected as the youngest business agent for the United Food and Commercial Workers International Union. Ken's work soon extended across the state as executive assistant to the president and director of government affairs and senior vice president, and later as assistant secretary and commissioner of labor and industry at the Maryland Department of Labor, Licensing, and Regulation under former Governor Paris Glendening. Ken has also received numerous awards of gratitude from former Montgomery County executives Doug Duncan and Sidney Kramer. And
whereas, due to his extensive knowledge of the politics and people of Montgomery County and the metropolitan Washington area, Ken became Senator Ben Cardin's Washington area representative in 2006 and served the senator and the people of Montgomery County for more than 17 years, working diligently as a public representative and liaison to organized labor, serving as a trusted and reliable liaison to the state and county elected officials, and assisting constituents and business owners with compassionate leadership, proficiency, and humility.
Now, therefore, be it resolved that the County Council of Montgomery County, Maryland, hereby honors the lifetime service of our friend Kenneth Paul Reichard, for his unwavering commitment to Montgomery County residents and whose vision has enriched our county, state, and nation in immeasurable ways. Presented on this 18th day of July in the year 2023 by myself, Council Vice President, and Evan Glass, Council President. Congratulations.
Thank you.